Hello, and welcome back to How to Learn a Language. Today, we're at episode 1 of a new series addressing some of the concerns or doubts that you may have if you're thinking about joining Language Life. And in this first episode, I'm going to be talking to you if you've thought, I'm not sure I'll actually speak the language. So, first up, then, Language Life helps you to speak and use any language fearlessly and intuitively by taking control of your learning process without perfectionism, pressure, or one-size-fits-all methods. So you can learn any language on demand for easier travel, deeper connection, and a life that feels truly global wherever you are. You can join today for $3,000 or $250 a month for 12 months on the no interest payment plan. And when you join before the 14th of October at midnight PT, you get a really cool bonus of 2 one-on-one VIP half days with me to ensure that you truly have all the support that you need to make this your last language learning investment. Ready to go? You can get started with Language Life at lindsaydoeslanguages.com/LL. If you are a bit concerned about speaking, you're thinking, well, will this really help me speak? One of the big core promises with Language Life is that you will speak with confidence, fearlessly and intuitively. And I know what it is like to be told that the answer is just go, speak more, just go, push yourself, like challenge yourself, get out of your comfort zone. Like that is not my favorite advice because it just doesn't acknowledge how you feel about it. And that then leads to more stress. So if you're feeling kind of nervous about speaking, there's a reason why you haven't spoken as much as perhaps you would like to, or you think that you need to so far. And chances are part of that is to do with feeling that, you don't want to look stupid. You don't want to sound like an idiot when you make mistakes in front of someone. And all of that sort of just is ignored when we hear the just go and speak more and out of your comfort zone, do it, right? So how do we do this differently in Language Life? Well, first of all, you start off with the Speak 28 by 28 challenge. And this helps you to just gently speak more every single day. You'll speak 28 times in 28 days. And you're speaking in ways that feel comfortable to you. You get a daily prompt, you get a daily video lesson to just help you understand more about speaking, how it works, the sort of nuance, the ins and outs, all of that stuff. And it really will give you the chance to build a solo speaking habit, which is going to be a big part of being able to speak more confidently. If we wait until we have a lesson or until we go to the country and we're like, okay, I'm going to speak now, here we go, it isn't going to work. We're not going to be speaking as well as we could be because we haven't had the practice. But equally, if we're just waiting for that practice to be with other people, then we're postponing it. We have this huge gap in between. You probably don't have a lesson every single day. And so that means that there's less speaking happening. So you need to build up a solo speaking habit so that you can be knowing what to do, knowing that you can speak on your own without relying on someone else being there. Such a huge thing because so much of that practice being solo is really important so that you then can be speaking more confidently when someone is in front of you, whether it's a lesson or a stranger when you travel or whatever it might. And the kind of analogy I always use for this is if you think about like a concert, right? Taylor Swift or world famous piano player, like they're not just getting up on stage night one and thinking, right, see how it goes. No, they're practicing, they're rehearsing. And a lot of that is happening on their own before other people are actually watching, right? And so it's a bit like that, is if you put that onto this, you can think, okay, well, actually, yeah, I do need a solo speaking habit. I need to practice speaking to myself when no one's around. No one's going to listen and judge me. All of the things I'm scared of about speaking to other people, get all of that out now, make all of those mistakes while I'm on my own so that then I can learn from that and then speak much more confidently when someone is there. So that's why this is so important, because I want to make sure that we do this differently. And then as well as the Speak 28 by 28 challenge, you do get the speaking chapter, which is dedicated to giving you all you need to know truly to make speaking easier forever. Things like 3 speaking focuses the 5 speaking types, the 9 speaking activities to make sure you always have something to say. Like, really, like a full guide into what you need to know when it comes to speaking. And I really love this. I love all of the curriculum, all of the Language Life Library is so thorough. It's everything that you need to know. And you'll find like there'll be little moments where you just go, oh, I get it now. And that's really what I'm most excited about with all of that. And with that, you can do this as and when suits you. You've got video lessons, you've got the workbook, which is available to download offline as well. And you have that like after your time in Language Life is up, you get to keep that 2 times speed on the videos. You've got transcripts, you've got subtitles. Everything is designed to make it as easy as possible to take in so that you're not feeling overwhelmed with all of that. And then finally, in terms of speaking, in terms of helping you speak more confidently, the monthly review. Day 1, if you join Language Life today, day 1, you'll do your intake form, right? And as part of that, you can submit your first speaking recording. You can submit your first speaking recording. And then every month in the monthly review, you've got a chance to then submit another speaking recording. So you'll be documenting your progress, tracking your speaking throughout the time that we're working together. And you have access to that as and when you want, when you need, so that you can just listen back in and be like, oh, actually, last month or 3 months ago or on day 1, I can hear my mistakes now. I can hear how hesitant and slow I was and, hear the nerves kind of shaking in my voice. And now I don't sound like that. But you don't notice these changes unless you have a chance to look back and hear them. It's like living with a puppy and watching a puppy grow up every day. You don't see it grow until, your auntie comes around who sees it once in a blue moon and is like, oh, wow, it's a full-grown dog now. This is no longer a puppy. And you're like, oh, I suppose, yeah, you're right. But you don't see it because you live with it every day. That's what it's like with your speaking. If you've got tracking that you can look back to and listen back to, then you'll be able to spot this. And it might sound like day 1, like what am I going to say on day 1? But honestly, Tavish did this in Language Life right on day 1, submitted her first speaking and said that I realized that speaking wasn't as hard as I was thinking it would be. Like, what a win. Like, such a great way to start something like Language Life. So yeah, that's how we do this differently. And that is why, if you're wondering about speaking and is it going to be right for you if you're thinking about speaking, these are all of the pieces that are there to help make that easier for you. So if it sounds good, if you're ready to go, you can get started at lindsaydoeslanguages.com/LL. Right now, until the 14th of October, midnight PT, you have this amazing bonus of 2 one-on-one VIP half days as well to ensure that you really do have everything that you need to really make the most of this. If there's any questions, anything you want to know, feel free to drop me a message. You can email me, lindsay@doeslanguages.com. Share this episode with a friend who'll love it too. And I'll be back very soon. Thank you. Bye.